The internet is full of strange corners, places where unusual videos appear without explanation, where cryptic puzzles challenge the world, where a blurry image or a distorted voice can spark thousands of theories overnight. And sometimes a simple post can turn into a global obsession. But here's the interesting part behind many of these mysteries. Once the layers are peeled back, the truth is far more grounded and often more surprising than the myths we create around them. Today, we're going to explore some of the most iconic internet mysteries that once confused millions and reveal the unexpectedly simple explanations behind them. This isn't a countdown. It's a journey into how misinformation spreads, how curiosity evolves, and how ordinary pieces of media can become legends. So sit back, relax, and let's unravel the stories behind the mysteries the internet thought it solved and the ones it didn't. Imagine opening the internet and falling into a rabbit hole filled with strange videos, cryptic puzzles, and stories that seem too bizarre to be real. For years, entire communities have spent countless hours trying to decode these mysteries, debating whether they came from forgotten TV broadcasts, shadowy organizations, or something even darker. But here's the twist: many of the most famous internet mysteries actually have surprisingly simple explanations. And today, we're going to uncover them. Before we dive into each case, it's worth understanding why the internet produces so many mysteries in the first place. Online information moves faster than truth. An anonymous post, a grainy video, or a scrambled audio clip can spread across the world within minutes. People love strange things, and the moment something seems unexplained, the brain fills in the blanks with whatever feels the most dramatic. That's how rumors grow, how theories form, and how small, ordinary pieces of media evolve into legends. With that in mind, let's explore some of the most famous cases that fooled millions and how they were finally solved. Our first mystery takes us back to one of the earliest viral creepy videos, the Wyoming incident. If you've ever seen a distorted face staring directly into the camera while unsettling captions flash on screen, chances are it came from this video. The clip supposedly shows a real television broadcast hijack from the 1980s. According to the legend, viewers watching TV in rural Wyoming were suddenly interrupted by a strange face and cryptic messages like, "You will see such pretty things." At the time, many people believed it was authentic. The video looked old, the effects were unsettling, and the internet was ready to believe anything strange was real. But when the community began digging deeper, the truth turned out to be far less mysterious. Frame-by-frame analysis revealed video effects that didn't actually exist on 1980s broadcast equipment. The digital distortion, the sound design, and even the font choices were all features from modern editing programs. On top of that, the original upload seemed to come from a regular YouTube user, not a transfer of an old TV recording. Over time, multiple creators came forward saying they had contributed to the project as a piece of experimental art. The Wyoming incident wasn't a lost broadcast or a hacked TV signal. It was a collaborative indie art project designed to look like one. The lesson here is simple on the internet: anything can be made to look retro. And sometimes found footage is just manufactured footage. But not all internet mysteries are creepy videos. Some are puzzles so complex that thousands of people tried and failed to crack them. Which leads us to one of the most famous mystery phenomena, online Cicada 3301. In 2012, an image appeared on the internet containing a simple line of text. "We are looking for highly intelligent individuals." What followed was a series of puzzles involving cryptography literature, ancient texts, number theory, steganography, and even physical coordinates placed around the world. The complexity was unlike anything people had seen. Naturally, theories exploded. Some believed it was a recruitment test from the CIA or NSA. Others thought it was a secret society. A few even said it could be the beginning of an alternate reality game, except no one seemed to know who was behind it. After years of speculation, the pieces eventually came together. Members who successfully solved earlier phases reported being invited into private message boards run by a group of cybersecurity enthusiasts. They weren't government agents or occult members. They were highly skilled programmers and cryptographers who admired anonymity and wanted to build a team for research projects. In other words, Cicada wasn't a global conspiracy. It was a sophisticated talent hunt run by a group that valued privacy above everything else. The puzzles were real, the skill required was enormous, but the organization wasn't supernatural, just extremely good at what they did. Now let's move to a mystery that was real, at least in the sense that it actually happened on live television. In 1987, Chicago viewers of 2 TV stations suddenly found their broadcasts interrupted by a masked figure wearing a Max Headroom costume. The person wobbled around, spoke in distorted audio, and performed bizarre gestures before the signal cut out. The event became legendary, an actual broadcast hijack. For decades, no one knew how it was done. People imagined sophisticated equipment, huge parabolic antennas, or insider sabotage. But when engineers studied the case, they found something surprising. The hijack was extremely low-tech. Television broadcasts at the time relied heavily on microwave transmitters. If someone aimed a stronger signal at the antenna receiving the broadcast, the receiver would pick up the pirate signal instead. Basically, whoever performed the hijack simply used a powerful antenna and physically overpowered the legitimate broadcast. Police and broadcasters understood the method, but they couldn't identify the culprit because the equipment left no digital fingerprints. Even today, the identity of the Max Headroom hacker remains unknown. So, unlike other cases in this video, this one is a mix of solved and unsolved. We know how it happened, but not who did it. Next is the mystery of the so-called missing flight radio, recording a viral audio clip that circulated for years online. The clip supposedly captured the final moments of a plane disappearing over the Bermuda Triangle. In the audio, a frantic pilot communicates with air traffic control, while strange noises crackle in the background, followed by complete silence. The internet responded with familiar theories, paranormal events, secret government experiments, or a real disaster cover-up. But when audio experts examined the clip, the truth became quickly apparent. Real aircraft radios use specific frequency patterns that weren't present in the recording. The static noise was artificial, added on top like a sound effect. Even the pilot's voice lacked the compression typical of radio transmissions. Eventually, the creator admitted the entire clip was a fictional creepypasta made for entertainment. Yet the audio worked so well because our ears are easier to fool than our eyes. A shaky video might look fake, but a desperate voice over static. That feels real, even if it isn't. At this point, a pattern begins to emerge. Many internet mysteries are illusions built from fragments of truth and surrounded by assumptions. And these assumptions grow fueled by the community's desire to solve something that feels important. But that raises a question: why do we love internet mysteries so much? The answer lies in the way human cognition works. People are naturally drawn to incomplete stories. When information is missing, the brain attempts to fill the gaps. Sometimes we fill them with logic, but often we fill them with imagination. Mysteries also make us feel smart. Every clue, every frame analysis, every decoded line of text gives us a small rush of accomplishment. And because the internet is global, millions of people can collaborate, debate, and build narratives together. That collaborative storytelling is a large part of why these mysteries become so iconic. They're not just puzzles, they're shared experiences. But perhaps the biggest reason we love these stories is because they blend the familiar and the unknown. A strange video on YouTube, a cryptic message in a forum, a broadcast from decades ago. They all take mundane elements and twist them just enough to feel uncanny. In the end, many mysteries turn out to have normal explanations. An art project, a recruitment puzzle, a homemade recording, a low-tech prank. But the emotional journey, the curiosity, the suspense, the theories is what keeps us fascinated. The internet is full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered, and many more that will never be fully explained. But each solved case teaches us something important. Extraordinary stories often come from ordinary origins. And sometimes the thrill isn't in discovering the truth, it's in the search itself. If you enjoyed exploring these solved mysteries, there are many more waiting to be decoded. What internet mystery should we break down next? The internet is constantly reinventing itself. New platforms appear, new creators experiment, and new stories spread faster than ever. And as long as people remain curious, new mysteries will continue to surface, some harmless, some strange, and a few that might never be fully explained. But today's stories remind us of something important. Not every mystery needs a supernatural origin. Sometimes it's just a clever artist, an ambitious puzzle maker, or a well-made hoax. And sometimes the real fascination isn't the mystery itself, but the community that forms around trying to solve it. So as you explore the internet, keep your curiosity sharp, your skepticism healthy, and your imagination open. Because the next big mystery might already be out there, buried in a forgotten forum post, hidden inside a harmless video, or waiting in the comments of a random upload. If you'd like to see more mysteries broken down and explained, let me know which one you want next. And until then, thanks for watching and stay curious.